policymakers and media to address agrochemical damage to our soil and bodies. Let's give her a warm welcome.
How completely amazing is it to be here today? This is a huge day that we've all been waiting for. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I have a story to tell, and I think it's one that a lot of you will relate to. 2015 was an extremely challenging year in my house. I was experiencing a wide range of symptoms, including rashes and neuropathy and some eye issues. At the same time, my son had crippling migraines and ADHD. My daughter had digestive issues that were making her so miserable. All of us were on various medications, none of which were particularly helpful, and actually in my case made things considerably worse. So, like most moms, and I know many of you are here today, I decided to start digging through the research and figuring out what is making our family so sick. So I read an entire library of functional medicine books, and I ran some tests and found that we had severely imbalanced microbiomes, and our nutrient levels were extremely low, even though we were eating all this food. So I wondered what on earth has changed so much in our food system that my kids and I can no longer tolerate gluten, nor have the fundamental nutrients that our cells need to function on a basic biological level. How could that possibly be? We were feeling better off the gluten, but this just didn't make sense. It's not just my family that's struggling with these issues. The United States spends over $4 trillion on healthcare. Most of that goes towards chronic disease. Today, 6 in 10 adults have a chronic disease, 4 out of 10 have 2 or more. 9% of men and 11% of women of childbearing years are infertile. That should be very scary. The statistics are also incredibly dim for children. 1 in 10 has ADHD, 1 in 6 has asthma, 1 in 3 has a food intolerance, 1 in 5 has eczema, 1 in 20 has seizures, and 1 in 22 in the state of California has autism. That should be horrific. That number in 1970 was 1 in 10,000, by the way. What the government, media, and universities won't discuss is that our food supply is literally covered in carcinogenic, endocrine-disrupting, microbiome-destroying pesticides. Our farmlands have become a dumping ground for toxic chemicals that our regulators either refuse to test, or they do test and then they lie about what they found. The pharmaceutical giant Bayer purchased the agricultural chemical company Monsanto in 2018. Yeah. And so now a pharmaceutical company effectively owns our food supply. So I have to ask you, what incentive does Bayer possibly have to keep our population healthy? This is the same old story of the prioritization of corporate profits and bureaucratic power over our basic right to human health. It's enabled by full regulatory capture of our food and farming system, and it must stop immediately, and Bobby Kennedy's the only person who can do it. Yeah. Our farm bill has historically supported monocrop chemical mega farming. We absolutely urgently need to pass a farm bill supporting family farmers, regenerative agriculture practices, and nutrient-dense crops beyond the clutches of the Roundup-ready GMOs that are making us all sick. We will not decrease the $4 trillion health bill until we regenerate the soil on our farms, cut the ties between regulators and corporations, and discontinue our toxic chemical dependency on both the farm and the pharmacy. Kennedy's promise to unravel corporate capture will help end this chronic disease epidemic. We finally have a leader who shares my vision for the future. Bobby Kennedy is the only candidate who will make this life-saving transformation of our food and farming system a reality. Tell corporations, by the way, your reign over regulators is over. And deliver the basic right to health back to the hands of the United States citizens. Thank you.